Welcome to Aligned and Abundant, the sacred space where we awaken truth, embody our light, and manifest from deep alignment. I'm your host, Christine Marcario, and today we're talking about success and the path of how to get there. We're going to dive into a new definition of success, one that's rooted in soul, not struggle, one that feels expansive, peaceful, and deeply fulfilling. So take a breath with me, let it go, and let's begin. When I was growing up, I always thought that success was a straight line, that it was A to B to C, etc., until you accomplished your goal. Now that I'm 42 years old, I realize that life is definitely not a straight path to success. It has curves, it has U-turns, it has roundabouts. You might go in reverse. Either way, if you keep going, you will get to your end goal. And it's important to give yourself grace along the way. Success isn't something you chase, but something you become. We have to release the old paradigm. Success was about constant doing, hustling, proving, achieving, living up to other people's expectations. In the new paradigm, the soul-led, aligned, and abundant way, success really begins with alignment. Alignment to me means when you are stepping into your power and you are surrendering to the universe. You are listening to the little whispers that come across your mind during the day. Maybe it's something you dream about, like literally dream about when you're sleeping. Maybe it's things that come across your path that ignite a thought of excitement or hope or ease. Those are the little whispers from the universe that are giving you your guidepost, your map to follow in order to get in alignment. Now, when you're out of alignment, you will know. You may be unhappy, you may be grumpy, you may feel lost, you may feel frustrated. And the goal is to be in alignment. When you are in alignment, everything flows more easily. Opportunities find you. The right people come in, and abundance becomes natural. You're not pushing or pulling, you're receiving. So success becomes a frequency that you embody, not a finish line that you're running toward. You get to be more, live in the moment, and feel happy and successful and hopeful of all the things that you are working on in your life. So when you are in alignment, you are by nature happier because you are experiencing things that feel good to you, right? They're things that light you up. They're things that make you feel better. It's important for you to be able to recognize, are you living in alignment or are you living in obligation? I like to say, are you on the hamster wheel? Are you running around just doing the same thing over and over every day? There are certain things that we have to do. Get up, brush your teeth, shower, and all of that. But you can make those things fun also. You can put music on in the shower. You can put Epsom salts at the bottom of your shower and pretend that you are basking in the white light of the Holy Spirit in order to make your morning routine more sacred to you. Have a slow morning. Set your clock earlier. Start the day at 5 a.m. Start with some stretching, some water, some light journaling, meditation, then take your shower, drink your coffee, have a cup of tea, whatever it is that lights you up. When you start your day off in this type of way, you're more likely to have a successful day because you're already setting yourself up with an expression of gratitude, with releasing anything that may have been in your subconscious while you were sleeping. It's important to honor and respect your needs. At the end of the day, the only one that can save you or account for you is truly yourself. You have to be your best ally. You have to be your best friend. You have to be your best supporter because we only have one life and we need to live it to our fullest. When we love ourselves, that shines through to others and it becomes a magnet, and other people will want to be around you, learn from you, witness you, be with you. And that is what's life is all about, right? We want that connection to other people, especially the people that we love and care for. We've been conditioned to believe that success has to look a certain way. Six figures, a perfect brand, always on point, you're always doing better, making more money. But for many of us, that version of success never really felt right. Because the truth is, it wasn't ours. Your soul's version of success might look like freedom, creativity, impact, presence, peace. Once you redefine success on your own terms, the magic begins. We have to stop comparing ourselves to others. We have to truly hone in on what brings us joy and what lights up our lives. And that literally looks different for every single person. Just imagine there are over 8 billion with a B people in the world, and every single one of us has a unique fingerprint. That just blows my mind to think that. There may be similarities, there may be duplicate patterns, but every single one of us is truly unique. So why should we be like anybody else? Sure, you can use other people as examples of things that you aspire to. Maybe you love the way that someone can host a retreat. Maybe you love the way that someone writes. Perhaps you love the way that someone makes their coffee at home. And it's okay. Something that was channeled to me recently this year, and I made note of and stuck on my fridge, is walk the steps that have been laid before you. That really hit home for me because there's a point in time where you question, am I just trying to duplicate someone else's life? Am I trying to be like someone else by doing XYZ? The truth of the matter is, there are going to be duplicates. Things are going to overlap. There are so many opportunities for us to be unique and be individuals, but there are also so many examples of the same topic just explained in different ways. It's okay to tread a path that someone else has walked because it's still going to be unique because it is from you. It is from a different person. Your soul's version of success might look totally different than someone else's soul's version of success. Part of our life's purpose is to figure out what success looks like for our soul, to find our soul's purpose. Once you define success on your own terms, is really when the magic begins. Let's talk about hustle and the hustle culture for a minute. We've been sold this story: work harder, push more, burn the candle at both ends, and then you'll be worthy of success. I'm currently reading a book right now, and the author talks about someone who literally tested out the capability to see how many hours he could stay awake in order to be more productive. And at one point in time, he was literally sleeping 1 hour a night. Now, he learned that he actually couldn't survive on 1 hour a night, but he survives on 4 hours a night. That wouldn't work for me, one. But two, I wonder how that really is accompanying his life and supporting his life in a positive way. There's two perspectives here. One, do you really need to do all of that? Sacrifice is what word comes to my mind. You are sacrificing other opportunities to connect with your family, your loved ones. You are working a crazy amount of hours. And for what in return? To be at the top of your game at work? Maybe that is what this person wants. Maybe that is what brings them complete joy and satisfaction in life. Not everyone is designed to be a family type person, and we have to respect that. But it makes me think of limiting beliefs and hustling being a trauma response, hustling being in survival mode. It's important to recognize the fact that we do not have to hustle in order to build your dream, in order to receive the abundance that is literally all around us. The alternative to hustling is grace, is trust, is intuition. It is leaning in to the whispers of life. What may those whispers look like? Those whispers may look like things that constantly come across your screen, things that are brought up in a conversation. Perhaps you're at the library and you overhear a conversation, and it's like you hear Charlie Brown's teacher, womp, 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 but then you pick up a few words, right? Your attention goes to those few particular words. It's little things like that that are trying to get your attention. And sometimes our frequency is not tuned in, right? We are focused and locked in on the agenda and the to-do list and the never-ending list of errands, things that come up and things that happen. But at the end of the day, it's important to return home, return to yourself. The more that you become open and aware of what is going on around you and paying attention, the more aligned you will come. And with that, it's like a funnel. Once you open that door and remove the blockages that you have within, the more that can come through and the more you'll see, and it just gets better and better. Healing is also a part of the success path. When we heal our worth, our patterns, our fear of visibility, we open the channel for abundance to flow. Your energy is your strategy. Your nervous system is your business plan. Your inner work is your outer results. If it feels like something isn't working, look within first and ask yourself, what part of me doesn't feel safe to be seen, to receive, or to rise? Because the moment you clear the block, everything shifts. Now, this isn't something that you can do overnight. And when we say healing, I've come to a newer revelation that I want to share with the world. I went down the path of believing that, yes, we are healing, we are facing our shadow side, we are facing things that are lying in our subconscious that we may or may not be aware of. But at the end of the day, what I've come to believe now is that we are whole. We are not broken. We may have experienced things that have shook us, things that have broke our heart, things that have made such a deep emotional impact on us. But those are just experiences that the universe has brought across our path. Now, I don't fully understand the meaning of life like most people. Everything that I learn and experience is just that. I may have a thought today, and 2 years from now, I may be like, oh, that was totally incorrect. The way that I look at it is we need to go back to home. And going back to home means coming back to the wholeness of your soul. We are not someone, but we are part of the one. Shout out to Kathy Heller. We are here for a reason and a purpose, and we have to uncover what that reason and purpose is. And part of that is going back to the belief that we are a whole soul that is full of love, light, energy, and connection. And the easiest way to tap into that is through emotion. Emotion is the vibration and the invisible energy waves that call in what we're going to experience in life. The universe is like a metaphor of going to a restaurant, like a diner with like 12 pages of food choices, right? There are so many things that you can choose. Do you want to start with an appetizer? Do you want to start with dessert? Do you want to have dinner? You are deciding through your thought choices and your emotions what you're going to quote unquote order to eat. So my recommendation for you is to dive deep, learn about yourself. There are so many things out there, so many resources that are available in order for you to do that. I would highly recommend starting with meditation, letting yourself go quiet, sitting in the silence and listening and focusing in on your breath. Your breath is your life force. It is what makes you alive. And that is the best way for you to meditate. And also know that meditation is not hard, and it gets easier and easier for you to connect to the divine light or to connect to source. I imagine myself when I sit almost like plugging in, like there's a plug in the back of my back, and I plug in and lock in. And then I take my deep breaths and I relax and I let the divine light shine down on me. If thoughts come, because thoughts will always come, that's when you just return back to your breath because it will refocus you and re-engage you. Our brains are on automatic pilot. We cannot turn them off, but we can shift where our mind is paying attention to. Do not be afraid to meditate. You can always start small, a minute, a 2 minute, 5 minute. I tend to go with 10-minute guided meditations that I find on YouTube. It's just an easy way to lock in, right? To get into a state of flow. Your nervous system is an important guide point for you also. If you are constantly in a state of flight or fight, you are not going to be able to produce things in a meaningful and helpful way for you. You will more likely call in things of the same energy frequency. If something is stressing you out and you're constantly thinking about it, this isn't going to work out. Why does this always happen to me? And having a pity party, which everyone can have sometimes. But you have to break free from that cycle. You have to retrain your brain. And the good news is you can. It's scientifically proven that you can rewire and build new neurons that will change your thought patterns. It's a matter of putting in the effort and the conscious work of doing so and making that happen. And then it will get easier and easier because you're building a foundation. Once you have a solid foundation, you can build floor after floor of success and whatever more you want that to look like. I also recommend energy work. I'm a Reiki master teacher and practitioner. I believe that it's important to clear our energy, clear our aura, make sure that our chakras are working and in alignment. You can always seek a practitioner. You yourself can become attuned with Reiki and do self-healing on yourself. There are so many options out there. You just have to be curious to see what's out there and what works for you. More so about learning yourself, there's human design, there's enneagrams, there are all different pathways. You can go down the astrology route. There are so many different ways for you to literally learn about yourself. And it's really cool because once you realize this information, sometimes your mind is blown and oh my goodness, I had no clue that that's how I need to make decisions. For example, I'm a generator, 3-5 in human design, and I am supposed to respond to decisions with my sacral gut feeling. Now, I always thought like logical, make that pro and con list. And I would spend hours making pro and con list of what job should I take? Should I stay with this job? Which vacation should I take? Instead of just tuning in and listening to my body's gut response of, yes, I'm going to take this job. And if it feels good, that's a yes. If it feels sticky, that's a no. Then just honing in and honoring and respecting my body's answer and going with it. That's what I've been doing more of now that I've learned more about that in regards to myself. I definitely recommend human design. I can drop some recommendations in the show notes for you to check out. An additional truth that changed everything for me. The universe doesn't reward effort, it responds to frequency. And I want to say that again. The universe doesn't reward effort, it responds to frequency. It's not about how hard you're trying. It's about how deeply you believe. It's about the energy you're radiating, not the checklist you're crushing. So drop into your body, tune into your soul. What is it that you are asking? What is it that you are seeking? What version of you already lives the life you're calling in? Start showing up as that version now. That's the fast track to success. Embodying the spirit, the emotions of the person you want to be, the highest version of yourself. The 3D world takes time to catch up to our mind. It takes time to catch up to our thoughts. Our thoughts are creating our reality. Our thoughts are like the coding system of a 3D printer. It takes time to put in the code, for the program to recognize and register the code, and then the printing begins. And it's layer upon layer upon layer until your whole object is formed. So think about that. Our thoughts go out, and then eventually they show up in our world. So if we change our mindset and we shift our energy of being who we want to become and pretending, visualizing, embodying the spirit of that version of ourselves that we want to be, we will see it in our reality faster than you can believe. I've bared witness to this myself. With that, you can also do an aligned action. Ask your highest version of yourself, if I already had these things, if I already were successful by whatever definition you have, what is one small thing I would do for myself today? Then follow through and do it. It can be something very simple. It can be going to a new coffee shop and ordering the nicest latte on the menu. It can be going for a leisurely walk because you have the time. It can be throwing down everything that's on your to-do list for the day and taking your kids to the movie theater. Take what you know, what you love, and what you want to have more of in your life, and just do it. Just do it. Then you will be given more opportunities to be met with similar experiences day by day. Start showing up for you today, for you now. I want to wrap some of this up. You are not behind. You are not doing it wrong. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Life is about exploring. Life is about figuring out who you are. And if you've been questioning your path or redefining your version of success, good. That means you're waking up. That means your soul is taking the lead and you are surrendering and following. Let your path be sacred. Let your pace be sovereign. And trust that when you're aligned, abundance is inevitable. You will see it, you will feel it, you will embody it. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Message me on Instagram, share this with someone who you think would resonate with it, or leave a review to help this medicine reach more souls. If you're ready to go deeper into healing, alignment, and spiritual expansion, you're always welcome in my world. Check the show notes for current offerings, meditations, and more. Until next time, remember, you are the portal, you are the abundance, and your path is already sacred.